Hey, what is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, bringing you another life update video. And I apologize in advance for the sunlight here. I'm in my building, the pool, and it's kind of crazy around here. I'll probably give you guys a little bit of a tour. It's actually a pretty sweet pool, so I'll show you guys that in a second here at the end of the video. But right, so here's the tour of the pool. See this? This is Brickell and Miami. Here's a hot tub. This has got to be the best building that I've lived in all of Miami. I don't think there's any building more luxurious, maybe than the Setai, which is going to be my next stop. We'll say that much. It is pretty epic. So this is Brickell right here to the left, and here we have, I know this is, it goes to show you how well I know geography. Like, I don't really know shit about geography, but this is a nice area. And here's the pool. Now, people do complain a lot about the pool sometimes because they say, oh, boo-hoo, we don't get that much sun. But I guess if I live where a lot of beach homes are and people just aren't waking up early in the morning, because I'm here, it's like 8 a.m. Check out how nice this is. The pool is really nice. And here again, it's kind of like, this is the bay. I forget what that area is over there. And I'm going to know it as soon as I get off the phone. I go to the beach over there all the time. But pool area. Now here comes my favorite area that we're gonna pop into right here. This is the bar. Yes, bar. So got some TVs here. It's not a full service bar, but they got some beers, and then you can bring your own alcohol, and they'll store it for you, and then you can just like have a party up here, and then they'll bring it out for you, and they'll serve it up for whoever your guests are. But this is pretty epic. This is a Four Seasons right there. Equinox is down there. That's a Four Seasons pool. And that's pretty much it. It's a wrap. So this is where I come to hang out, lounge around, and get some R&R. But that's it, guys and gals. I'll see you next time. Peace. First, I want to say this much. I want to thank everybody who's actually watched a video and or commented on a video on these life updates. As a result, I'm going to do something special for those guys that have. I have these KDP research sheets that I've been working on in the background for quite some time. I mean, I'm talking about months and months, but they're still going to be insanely valuable. Anybody that's actually thumbs up or actually commented, we'll say commented on any one of these life update videos, is going to get one of those absolutely free. Now, my intention was to sell them for anywhere between $10 and $25, but you guys will get the first one for free, and you're going to see how insanely valuable they are, because I actually deep dove into the back end keywords. I looked at a lot of data that's not readily available to the naked eye, we'll call it. I use instead my connections, like the professor of Amazon, to get me some sneaky data. So you're gonna get a lot of value when you actually do that. So again, if you commented on one of these related to anything that I talk about, you will get one of those absolutely free in the future when they come out. Now, let's get on to the life update. The thank you is for all those people that offered words of encouragement, as well as gave me remedies to help with the difficult time that I'm going through, and I thank you guys all that. I went ahead and did a lot of those things. Like, I've been meditating. I actually joined a gym, which I hadn't done in quite a while. I hadn't worked out in like 6 months. I just walked all over the place like a lunatic because I don't have a ride, right? I've got an Uber. So I did all those, and they worked insanely well because my happiness is, again, coming back at a whole new level. My motivation, my drive, and all that. Now, with that being said, I also have been a bit of a beach bum. As I detailed, I did spend 5 days at the Setai on Miami Beach, which is like paradise, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to leave. And I will also tell you guys, I got really dark. You guys can see that. I was out there every day on the beach, just laying around like a beached whale or whatever they call it, having a hell of a time, eating a lot of that truffle pizza. Do not miss out on that truffle pizza if you hit up the Setai. That thing is bomb, and I lost track of how many truffle pizzas I ate. But I did create a lot of great relationships there with the staff, with everybody that works there, and I've been there several times. So at this point, there was times where I said, I'm not gonna drink today, and next thing you know, some champagne came along from someone, and the next thing you know, I'm drinking on the beach. So I had a fantastic time. Now, the other thing that I did mention is that I did join that gym, which is pretty awesome. I never tried it. My sister was addicted. My good friend Angela, who was my student, that actually did 250K in a single day, and he saw me off of YouTube. He got me to join Orange Theory, which is actually pretty awesome. It's insanely hard, and I will not lie, I've been huffing and puffing like somebody that's smoking a lot of weed, but I don't. And so that's been pretty fun. That being said, let's get on to the purpose of the video. The purpose of this video is I see a lot of questions like, Liz, we know you're starting some brand new businesses from scratch. All you got right now is YouTube income. And truth be told, I've lagged on the YouTube videos, so that income has been down significantly. So it's sort of like, Liz, how are you gonna rebuild this? And how do we do it if we have a failing business? As I told you guys, I'm being sued for my Amazon FBA business. So the status of what's gonna happen with that is unknown. So how do we rebuild something from scratch, or how do we rebuild something that is taking a deep dive? So that's what the focus of this video is. And truth be told, I kind of listed on another video what my brand new income sources are, or what I'm working on. I have added a couple since then because some of these actual topics that I'm about to talk about have created brand new opportunities that were not available 2 weeks ago, but now have sort of taken a front and center stage. So let's talk about that. One of them is, I told you all that I do this Amazon event. It's an actual online mastermind. It was an in-person mastermind that cost $13,000 a seat, but now we do that online. Well, since then, a friend has reached out and asked me if I could help them with their online mastermind. And so I would be getting a percentage of that. And basically all I got to do is coordinate everything and write emails, which is what I'm best at. So that has popped up as a brand new opportunity, as has a couple of affiliate opportunities with other people who have really good programs that I believe in. And so I will be promoting those. One of them is Walmart dropshipping. A lot of people have asked, how do I get a Walmart dropshipping store started up? Well, my store is finally ready to go after about 4 to 5 months. The reason for the fact that it took so long is I tried to do it on my own without any guidance until I rekindled a relationship that I had with someone who showed me how to get that going. And as a result, it's now approved and it's ready to go. And I'm now starting to run that store. So that's an opportunity that I'm going to introduce to you guys in the future if you are on my email list. So if you're not, click the link below to get on that so you can find out more information about that. As I said before, I had a problem with that store that I couldn't get past, but thanks to the guidance of this gentleman, I was able to get past that, and now I'm ready to rock and roll. So that store should start to bring in anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000 of profit. Now remember, you do have to have money available on a credit card to make that happen, but that at least is going to supplement my income and get me back to above a pretty decent amount. So let's talk about the rest of what I wanted to talk about, which is how do we create a brand new successful business and or revamp a business that is failing. And there's a couple different things that you have to realize. First is you either have to have one of the following things. That's either time, money, and or resources. And now, I know you probably already heard this if you're an entrepreneur, a savvy entrepreneur that studies, but a lot of people don't go into the resource part. So let's quickly go through time and money and how that's gonna happen with my brand new businesses, and we'll relate it to this event. And then we'll also talk about resources at the end, which is important also as a result of this event. So in case you guys wanted to know, this digital online event is going to be for digital agencies and people that need traffic to their actual agencies. So the time part means that in order to make money, I would have to put in a significant amount of time, which is somewhat the case, but it's not a lot of time. I will be having to write emails and do things of that nature. But remember, I have several partners in this venture, and they too will be devoting their time. So if you have a brand new business and no money, then you're gonna have to put a heck of a lot more time in order to make it work. That's the bottom line. So a lot of the comments that I've seen below where people are like, Liz, my business isn't working out, I can't make it happen, I haven't been able to sell any Kindle books. Probably the reason behind that is you haven't put in any of those three things, mainly time, because a lot of people don't have the money. So if your business is failing, or if you have a brand new business that hasn't gotten off the ground, then chances are you're gonna have to put a heck of a lot more time. So that's time. Let's talk about money. If you don't have the time to put into a brand new business, you're gonna have to put in money, and it's probably money to hire people to do the work for you, right? Or to outsource, do things of that nature. So with this brand new online venture that I'm talking about, the digital agency, we'll just call it digital agency offer, I'm having to put in a lot of time, but I don't have to put in the money, and neither do they, because we've already got the third part, which I'll talk about in a second. So not a lot of money needs to be tossed in. Possibly under $1,000, and some of the things that we'll need to get for that is probably a couple other tools that we'll need other than StreamYard, but that's where the money comes in. Now, if we really wanted to, we could also run ads, and that's where money would come in to help bring more traffic or more eyeballs to the actual offer, but we still haven't decided if we're gonna do that. But now let's talk about the third and most important topic and what we'd really need to put into this, to make it work and to make it a slam dunk, and that is resources. And now a lot of people don't talk about this, but let's talk about the types of resources that we could actually do to make this happen. Number one is existing assets, which could be like Facebook pixels, email lists, Facebook groups, YouTube audiences, anything like that. A lot of people skip over this, but they don't realize that most of the time they have an invaluable asset like that. And these guys have a 25,000 person list. I've got about 10,000 people on mine, so it's not as much, but that's 35,000 people already that are used to hearing from us. And so that's the people that we use to email to the actual offer. Now, the second part of resources can be relationships, which is also really crucial. So for example, I have relationships with some of the top guys online as a result of all the years and years that I went to masterminds and met people and network. Now I can easily reach out to those people and ask them to promote the offer, and or I can use those people for a favor at some point, things of that nature. You guys too should create these relationships outside of what you're doing. They are some of the most important things that you can do. Now, I mentioned earlier how I was at the Satai creating relationships with the staff. Now, why would I do that? Well, that's because I go there very often. So again, places that you frequent or places that you potentially want business from, you'll want to do the same exact thing. And that's truly the real key to being successful in business. That's what I've done, because I can tell you this much, I'm not any more talented than any one of you guys at any one thing, but I will say this much, I am an expert at creating relationships, networking, and just building those relationships and spending my time on a day-to-day basis doing that, not just with actual people out there that seem to be incredibly valuable, but I'm talking about with my audience. So for example, I know a lot of you guys by name, I know a lot of you guys by what you do, the stories you've told me, and I remember that. And when I remember that, and when I can quote it on the comments below, you remember that too, and that creates an invaluable relationship that I have from now until the end of time, or until I decide to not nurture it anymore, which I love to nurture relationships, I love to meet people, and I'm a very social person, and that's what I've thrived on, and that's what I will continue to thrive on. So if you're out there struggling, consider doing any one of those three. Most importantly, the last one, because a lot of us tend to ignore that. A lot of us are kind of introverted, and we don't want to get out there, put ourselves out there. Like, I actually had this conversation with my sister the other day who was scared to death to go out anywhere by herself in Dallas. Heaven forbid she show up alone as the only person wanting to learn something brand new. And I said to her, like, just show up. Who cares if people think you're awkward or weird? Like, it doesn't really matter. And she said, well, I'm not as good as you are at making friends. So it just goes to show that a lot of people out there have this feeling that they're very awkward. So I doubt my sister sees this, but in case she does, oops, I'm sorry. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys and gals. And again, you'll start seeing me actually market that digital course, and I really believe in it. These guys are masters, and they're guys that I've done over $50 million with OMG machines, and so I'll continue to work with them from now until the end of time, right? Because it's a valuable relationship that I created from my years and years of going out and making friends with online marketers. And that's pretty much it. I will continue to update you guys. Hopefully next time I have an income report, because I've actually started to work on this because I'm finally back to work. Today I will be hitting, I'll be doing some scuba diving the next 4 days, and then I am back to work 100%. So I look forward to that, as well as I look forward to bringing some of the brand new videos that I have. I am gonna upload a video trailer, which is just about the online Amazon event. That'll be coming up in the next few days. Other than that, as usual, give me your questions and comments below. I always personally respond to all those. That's part of creating great relationships. But other than that, I wish you guys nothing but the best. I'm back, at least somewhat, and I'm ready for some action. So you'll be seeing a lot of that action soon with some brand new videos that I've done a lot of research for, and brand new videos that I've been working on secretly in the background as I lounge around in Miami like a beached whale. So love you guys. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.